Hello everybody, welcome to Nerd Academy, and today we are going to be making a budget-oriented editing PC build. This in case you're, wanting to get into YouTube or something like that, and you want a good PC that can also do some gaming so that you can, record that and whatnot in case you want to make a gaming channel or something. But that's not its primary focus. Its primary focus is video editing on the cheap. And with that in mind, why don't we start with the most important part of this build, since it's oriented for that, the processor. We're going with the AMD FX 8350. Its stock clock is at 4 GHz. It's 8 cores and great for video editing from what I've heard. It does better than most of the competition that's in that price point. And we're also going with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. I have this CPU cooler. A lot of people have this CPU cooler. It's been out for a while. And it's kind of like the go-to aftermarket CPU cooler. And with this, you should be able to overclock a bit, probably to like 4.4, 4.5, and get a good boost on that. For the motherboard, we're going with the MSI 970 Gaming ATX AM3 Plus motherboard. There's not really much to say about that, it's a motherboard. It supports the amount of RAM that we want to put in. It's ATX, so keep that in mind in case you're worried about the size of your PC, because if you want to get a smaller case than the one that I'm going to present, then you might need a different motherboard as well. For the RAM, we're going with Corsair Vengeance Pro 16GB. We're going with 16GB because since we're not just gaming, 8GB probably won't be enough for what you want to do. From personal experience, working with 8GB trying to pre-render videos into the RAM doesn't work very well. It'll just eat it all up really easily. You might want to go with 32 if you have a little extra money, if you have an extra $100, I guess. But this is supposed to be around $750, so to keep in that price bracket, I chose this. For the boot drive of the storage, we're going with the ADATA Premiere Pro SP600 128GB 2.5-inch solid state drive. Wow, that was a lot of words. Anyway, we're going with that because it doesn't break the bank. It's a pretty cheap SSD, but it has good performance and very good reviews. So if you want the fastest SSD, which isn't exactly necessary, then you could try to upgrade that a little bit, probably spend an extra $20 or $30. You'd probably get around the same storage capacity, but just faster speeds and more consistent speeds. And for the mass storage, we're going with the Seagate Barracuda 2TB 3.5-inch 7200 RPM hard drive. And also with this build, I'll probably put a picture up right now. You should probably get a external drive enclosure as well if you have a bit of extra money. You should put your money towards that if you're primarily doing video editing for work or something like that. An external drive enclosure could be very useful because you can just pull in and put out drives. If you're going to be buying a lot of drives, you can do that. For the video card, it isn't super important, but if you're going to be making a gaming channel, it should do pretty well. We're going with the MSI GeForce GTX 962GB video card. It's got good reviews. This graphics card performs fairly well. I wouldn't recommend cranking the settings all the way up when using it because it's not exactly meant for that. You could do pretty good 1080p gaming at probably around high settings though on most games, and yeah, that should work out pretty well for you. And for the power supply, we're going with the Corsair CX 600W 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. It's 600 watts. It's gonna give you all you need. From what I'm seeing, the estimated wattage usage of this PC is only 400, so that should work pretty well. You'll have a lot of headroom, so that 80 plus bronze certified is going to be perfect for you. Now we'll go back over the prices really quick. The AMD FX 8300 is $170. The Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo is $35. Our motherboard 970 Gaming ATX motherboard is $100. Corsair Vengeance Pro 16GB is $95. Our SSD is going to be $50, or 2TB hard drive is going to be $70, which is a pretty good price in my opinion. Our graphics card is going to be $190. There's a mail-in rebate available for that, so you can get it for $170. And our power supply is $7. And altogether, that's going to be about $776, so a little bit over our price bracket, but, it should be fine. I wouldn't recommend taking anything out in order to compensate for that $20. But if you do all the mail-in rebates and everything, then you'll get about $50 in savings, and you'll be paying about $733